Many of y'all will know that back in the day, especially in the early to mid 2000s, HiFonics was one of the biggest names out there when it came to car audio. You still see their stuff everywhere, especially a lot of the old amps. Now, it's been a while since I've really seen anything of theirs cool come out, but other day I was looking around on Amazon and I saw they had a brand new sub from their Brutus line, and it was only $169. And honestly, guys, this thing looks really sweet, so I figured I better grab one and check it out. Here's the sub. It looks really cool, but first off, let's take a quick look at the specs that we got here. Of course, here's their spec sheet. We have the dual 2 ohm, 1000 RMS, 2000 max, 20 millimeters of X max. FS is 33 on the 2 ohm version, 30 on the 4 ohm version, and the sensitivity is 84 on the 2 ohm version and 85 on the 4 ohm version. And they also give you all their specs that they recommend for a box. For example, they say this guy should go in a 2 cubic foot box tuned to about 28 hertz. Now, like I said, this guy looks pretty beefy. Show y'all that in a quick second, but mainly I was just stoked. It was actually kind of well under 200 bucks. Most stuff in that 1000 watt RMS range, at least stuff that's a well-known name brand. Honestly, guys, is normally over that 200 bucks nowadays. For example, I did a review on a Sundown sub that I think was 600 watts RMS, and it was like 220 bucks. So excited to see what this guy has. That being said, real quick, guys, of course, Alfred Audio, the owners of Defbonce and Avatar, are of course sponsoring the channel, so quick word from them, then back to the video. YouTube, if you want to buy some equipment that you know is going to last you, that you know you can put in, it's going to work well, it's going to sound great, and you want something that is going to be an awesome bang for the buck, no matter what your budget is, and you guys, you got to go check out Alfred Audio. Of course, they have their Defbonce lineup that you see here. Bunch of great subs from them, all the way from $100 budget subs to top-of-the-line $1,000 subs. Same goes for amps, guys. They have tons of options, anywhere from super compact, great quality amps to absolutely massive 20Ks. If you need it, they got it. Or if you want to save a little bit, their Avatar line is awesome as well. Still absolutely great quality stuff at a little bit cheaper price. In my big build that I did this past summer, of course, I ran 8 of the Avatar SDU 15s, and I could not have been happier with that setup. Those subs were a great value and took the power like nobody's business. Link, of course, to Alfred Audio in the description below. Huge shout out to them for sponsoring this channel and just for honestly being a huge supporter of it. And once again, thank you. So back to the video. Y'all, let's get a look at this thing. Personally, I gotta say, I love the design of this thing. Good looking basket. I love the big rib surround. Guys, we have a beautiful textured cone on this thing. Very stiff dust cap, and it's a big, thick boy. Looks really great. Also, the blue stitching, just the blue accents is really cool. Not a lot of stuff has that kind of blue accent, so nice to see something a little bit different. Moving on down to here, of course, love this cast aluminum basket. Got some nice glue up there. We've got these really nice flat tinsel leads. I love these things. One thing I don't love about this sub is it does have pretty small push terminals. You could probably squeeze 2 12-gauge wires into there, but it would be a really tight fit. In here, we have a 3-inch voice coil. Take a look at that guy. And then, of course, down here, we just have a good, clean-looking motor. Oh, look at that, guys. It is so cool. I am stoked on this thing. Y'all, I don't know how to explain it, but this is just the sort of sub that is right up my alley. It's a good price. Looks to be a good bang for the buck. I love 3-inch voice coils. I love the rib surrounds. I just love these subs. They're a little bit more beefier, are going to take a little bit more abuse, but yet still have a nice, clean look to them. I love it. I just love the things like it says HiFonics right there. Got the Brutus logo. Something a little bit different, not exactly like everybody else. I don't know, guys. Stoked on this thing. That being said, of course, hey, we're going to see how it does, if it really lives up to what it says it can do. So I guess let's throw it in the car, let it break in, and then see what happens. come on. Not again. Well, guys, when you're a basehead, things like your back doors just tend to break. This thing was broken multiple times, and it's broken again. So to get this thing open, y'all, I gotta put the seats down. I gotta crawl into the back, pop off the back panels, manually pull the little string to get this thing open. What a pain. Okay, so I gotta pull this off. I also cut my finger while doing it, but it's kind of a pain. Okay, I think that's all of those. Then you gotta pop that. Okay, so what that lets me do is get into here, pull that, that'll open it. Now the problem is that this guy right here bends really easy. See, and when it bends too much and then you can't open it. It's just a cheap piece of metal. What a pain. Oh. And there it is. Placed that little metal piece twice before. Last time was only a couple of years ago. Maybe 2 or 3. Anywho, here it is, broke again, guys. So I guess I gotta order another one. Whoa, guys, I turned this thing on. I don't know what the heck happened. But that thing just blew in like 2 seconds. Look at all that smoke. I don't even know what the heck happened, y'all. Dang it. Fortunately, my amp didn't blow, so hey, that's good. Dang it. Well, y'all, as you can see here, this is my negative. We got it going into the positive. What an idiot. Now, y'all, I know everybody's going to comment that I should have known better. I'm such an idiot. Yada, yada, yada. Now, guys, but you got to realize, y'all, I don't have to show this in my video, obviously. I could go buy another one, hook it up, pretend like everything was hunky-dory. That being said, guys, that's not what I do on this channel. 1, I like to be honest. 2, hey, there's a ton of y'all on here that make mistakes yourself, and I want you to know that, hey, you're not alone. It's okay. It's just part of doing what you do is what it is. Anyway, guys, hey, I made a mistake. I messed that up, so I guess I got to spend another $170 so I can get this video out to y'all. All right, I ended up getting the new handle in. I actually did buy an aftermarket one. It was all metal. It had really good reviews, so we'll see how it does. But you can kind of see here how this works. When you pull on this, it pushes this tab down. And this guy, of course, is what is bent on the current one. So hopefully that'll do the trick. And there's you a little comparison. Nice. Ah, perfect. Yes. All right, y'all, we got the new one in right here, all good to go. Now, I checked, actually, this one is still reading proper ohmage, so it didn't fully blow it, but obviously it was smoking, melted glue, not up to par, so wouldn't want to run my test on it, because again, it's definitely not 100%, but for example, if you look in there, you can see how dark the coil is where it got really, really hot, and then you can look in there and see the new one. Yeah, guys. You guys asked me, why is my voltage so low? So you can see right here, we're sitting at 13.2. Now, y'all, the reason is I'm sitting here, I do all these videos with the car off, normally because I'm filming inside that shop. Obviously don't want to be filming in there with the car on, all that stuff. But two, guys, this battery bank is massive, 160 amp hour headway bank, and it just lasts absolutely forever, guys. I could make multiple videos pushing everything pretty hard, and it would not dip much down into the 12s. And these tarps that I run, y'all, they run just fine, you know, in that 12 volt range. They're actually rated for 12.6 volts, I believe, where they get the RMS rating. So anyway, they do just fine. Obviously, if we get down into the low 12s, hey, I'm gonna turn the car on and charge it. But again, this battery is so big, it just rests at that 13.2 for absolutely forever. Oh, it's so nice to be out here in the fresh air filming this, getting some of that sunlight. My opinion makes the videos actually so much better. But it is starting to get a little dark, so we'll have to pull in the shop here soon to do the rest of my tests. Overall, pretty happy with this guy. Y'all, when I'm driving to and from work, I forget I only have a 12 in here. It really does take some pretty good power and get pretty loud. So again, pretty stoked with this fella. So of course, next up, we're gonna do our test on this guy. We'll of course do the DB test, see how loud we can get this guy at 35, 40, and 45 hertz. And then of course we'll do the RMS test, hook this thing up, do a brutal test to see how long it'll make it with just a straight 40 hertz test tone. Absolutely brutal, guys. We'll see what it does. Y'all, let's start this out at 35 hertz. See what we get. Of course, starting out at that low power, about 500 watts. And we got a 131.6. And up to 1,000 watts. Hey, we got a 136. Very nice. 1,800 watts and a 136.9. Ooh, pushing it pretty good there, guys. 4,000 watts and a 138.7. Pushed it to the absolute max there. 7,638 watts and a 138.8. All right, y'all, let's do 40 hertz. 678 watts and a 136.2. Pretty good there. Says about 1,400 watts. Hey, we got a 139.7. All right, let's give this thing the beans. Woo! 5,484 watts and still a 139.7. All right, y'all, 45 hertz. 1,300 watts. Hey, 136.6. 2,074 watts. Still a 136.6 though. That maxed out so awful there. Oh my goodness. 4,481 watts. And we got a 138.5. All right, y'all. Push this thing crazy hard, way past its max power. And it seems to be hanging on. I don't know though. It feels like it might have pulled a spider out. We'll see. We'll pull it out and find out, guys. But hey, again, pushed it super hard. Hey, we didn't get an insane score, but pretty average for a, half decent 12. So not going to complain about it. But hey, there have been plenty of 12s that I've done better. Okay. Looks like this pretty extreme burst of power did this guy in. It's not broken, but it is rubbing. Might just be it's so loosened up, it's sagging a little bit being on its side, but hey, it still seems to be working fine. Next up, time to, of course, do the super duper brutal RMS test on this guy. We're going to be pushing 40 hertz through it and keep it as close to that 1,000 watts as we can. Now, in my opinion, guys, most average subs last about 3 minutes on this test. So if it makes it to the 3 minutes, hey, I'm going to be happy with it. That being said, the exemplary subs that I have reviewed, like the DefBont stuff, like Sundown, some others, they make it, you know, past the 5 minute mark. So hey, we're going to see how this guy stacks up. This guy's rubbing pretty bad, as you can hear. Does not sound good. With it rubbing like that, that means, hey, it'll probably die on us a lot quicker. That would be my guess. All right, I've got this set up like this. That way it's vertical. So that way the coil, gravity, you know, won't pull the coil one way or the other. When I do that, it does sound better. It doesn't sound like it's rubbing that way. So we're going to give it a shot like this. Now, the reason we're doing it with the magnet out is that, of course, there's a lot more air around it, a lot more cool air to allow it to push over. If you have it inside the box, all that hot air is just going to be stuck in there, moving around. Might cause some issues. Let's see what we can do. Drop it down to some really low frequency. That'll cool it off without putting much power through it. Crazy, guys. Look at that fella just go. Wow. Y'all, after I figured I damaged it, I figured there was no way this thing was going to make it that long before it rubbed. Something blew. I didn't know, but oh my goodness. Y'all, at 1,000 watts, this guy lasted for 6 minutes. There was a spot there at the 450 mark where my phone shut off for a second, so I had to turn it right back on. But other than that, guys, it was non-stop. I'm shocked. All right, YouTube, that is that. Let me know what y'all think. Overall, I gotta say, I did really like this sub. Yes, we damaged 2 of them, but the first one was me being an idiot. Second time was me putting way past the recommended power that they recommend as a max power for these things. When doing these brutal RMS tests, very few subs that I do make it to the 5 minute mark, let alone the 6 minute mark. So, hey, I say this guy super accurately rated at 1,000 watts, maybe even kind of conservative. For most of y'all out there, again, nobody's gonna be just running a straight test done through it for a long time. So I gotta give him a props on that. Overall, guys, I like the build quality, I like the look of it. Really, the only thing I don't like are the push terminals. They are just really small. But apart from that, guys, I gotta say this is an awesome sub for a great deal. If you want to go grab one, I'll have a link to Amazon in the description below. Go check out that link, guys. It is an affiliate link, so should you purchase the sub or anything else, after clicking on that link, I get a teeny % of a kickback, which y'all just really helps do what I do here. Obviously, stuff like this is not cheap. Y'all either buy both of these subs at, $170 a piece. Adds up quick. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you all so much. Remember, as always, guys, keep basing on.